What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome back to the Hargests podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Brandon.
I'm Ashley.
And we're back with another episode.
But
this time,
it
is not necessarily Jump 5 themed. So,
I know. Don't cry, guys.
I know.
Stay. Don't click off.
Please don't go anywhere.
We'll still try to be entertaining.
Yes,
even
I know.
though we aren't here to really talk about Jump 5. It always gets brought up.
It always seems to come back to that,
Yes.
but we are not strictly talking about that this time because we've got a lot of stuff going on in our world, in the world of the Hargests.
A lot of stuff to cover today.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And in fact, if you clicked on the thumbnail or saw the title, you might have seen something very crazy that has happened recently to Ashley, which we'll get into later.
Crazy.
We'll get later. But thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you being here to just catch up with the Hargests. That is us. If you didn't already know that, that's dumb to say. But thank you, Ashley. Before we jump into everything, how you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing okay.
Okay. Just okay.
Yeah. I can't complain because I'm so blessed, but then, life is also hard. So,
life is hard.
Just living with some autoimmune stuff.
Yes,
makes life a little hard, but we're trying to figure it out still.
Correct. For those who don't know, who are new to the podcast, because we're getting subscribers every day, so thank you for joining us.
Wow, thanks, guys.
She's talking about rheumatoid arthritis. Ashley has had that now for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And
then recently found out about lupus as well. So, makes life a little tricky.
Yes,
to say the least.
Especially as a mom of three little boys, it can be challenging, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I'm good in some ways, and then I'm could be a little better in some ways. But we're trying to figure it out. I have some new things on the horizon that I'm going to be trying out. We're always trying new things. I feel like I've tried it all, but there's always something new to try that I've never tried. And maybe one day we will stumble upon that thing that just
fixes it all.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, we are praying for healing, of course, and we know that God's in control and that He is going to take care of you, whether it is through some sort of medication or just supernatural healing, or maybe it's on the other side of heaven. But we are praying that
either way, I'm going to get healed.
You are going to get healed. So
either here or then.
Yes.
Here now or then. Here or there. you know what I'm saying?
Well, you have a great attitude about it,
and
I will say, as your husband who has to see you suffer with what you have going through, what you've got going on. I don't know how to speak. It is amazing to see how you're able to take everything in stride and you never complain. So
I feel like I do, but thank you.
No, you don't.
So
you don't. But yes, so we're gonna just talk about today just all kinds of just what's the latest with us.
Yeah.
And
it's been a couple weeks that we've been here. Has it been 2 or 3?
A couple weeks?
Oh, 3 or 4.
We are sorry
4 or
for
5?
those who are
I don't even know.
Who thought this was a weekly podcast.
We should probably change that on our page that says every Wednesday.
It's supposed to be every Wednesday. And
life, you guys.
I know. We feel bad, and we really want to get back to every week, which we will do. It's not like, we're changing this to a monthly podcast. That's not the case.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all just hanging in there with us, whether we're posting or not. You're still hanging in there.
Which is awesome. But let's talk about what's happened lately. I say, what? Okay, you know what? Since the last time celebrated a birthday, and
we did.
I got another year older.
You did,
and you gave me a fantastic birthday present.
I did.
I was very excited.
Well,
because
I can't take all that credit. We have another someone. I joined forces with Mark Cheruto to make this man's dreams come true.
Well, it was awesome because our one of our best friends, Mark, who lives up in Pittsburgh.
We've talked about him on here.
We have talked about him on here.
We talk about Mark. Oh, that was
see that you got to see. She hurt herself there because she forgets that she has pain in her joints.
Well, we don't forget.
It just happened.
I just didn't mean to. I don't know.
She touched something and it caused.
We can't make quick movements, guys.
It is. Yeah. Are you okay? By the way,
I am. Yep.
Your harp's still there?
It's still there. I don't know what I was saying.
I'm not laughing at her.
Saying,
It's awful.
if we didn't laugh, we'd be crying. So
yes,
that's fine. Anyways, I was saying that they know who Mark is because we have mentioned him a lot on here. We mentioned. I feel like we mention like a few people all the time.
Yes, we do.
talk about Carter Hammond.
We do.
We talk about Mark Scheruto. We talk about Derek Bruner. And
it's funny.
I don't know. They're just like the names that always come up
on this podcast.
We
eventually.
should, or all three.
Just to make sure you guys know that they exist. They're real people.
They are real people. Yeah.
Anyway, so Mark up in Pittsburgh, he has his own studio, and it's an amazing studio. It's called the Sound Castle. Yeah. And he and Ashley.
It is a castle.
It is a.
It actually looks like a castle.
It feels like a castle. Yes.
On the outside.
It's in an old church that was built in
Civil War.
The Civil War times.
Yeah.
The Civil War times.
Wild.
Is it Civil War?
Yep, I think so.
Civil War.
Mark, correct us if we're wrong.
I know.
But
I knew it was
sure.
a war, and I had it in my head as soon as I opened my mouth, and then you said Civil War, and I was like, oh, that felt weird. But no, that's right. It's right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And he's probably thinking,
don't let it feel weird. It's right.
No, it's right. Anyway, it's really cool because he's got this whole upstairs. It's all decked out. It's been amazing. So Ashley and Mark decided, what are we, she thinks that I never get surprised by things. I always have to buy my own birthday or Christmas presents because I always ask for certain gadgets, and she's like, I don't know what that is, and I'm like, I'll just take care of it. No worries. And so she said, I'm going to do something.
I wanted to surprise
different.
you with something.
You did.
Yeah.
And she also, other side note too, anytime there's something for Christmas or my birthday, if it's a gift, especially if I know what it is or I'm buying it for myself, I can't open it until my birthday.
Of course.
Which, some
what do you
are
think
like,
this is?
Well, yeah, some people are like, oh, you know you're getting it. You already have it in your house. Why don't you open it? I'm like,
that is absurd.
Which I will say,
then it's your birthday or it's Christmas, and then you got nothing. You got nothing to open.
And you're right, and I appreciate that.
And then I have to wipe up the tears off the floor. Wipe up your tears off the floor. That's what I got to do.
I appreciate it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thank you for thinking of me like that. But anyway, she decided this go around, this year, I'm going to do it differently. And she...
I said I'm going to blow his socks off.
She did. Mark called me one day to... what was... how did you guys... You describe it, because you actually did the whole surprising.
Yeah, let me tell the story.
You tell the story.
I was the one who...
did this
wrote
whole thing.
The story.
I want to hear it.
I'm just kidding. Well, I
sounds like you know exactly what the story was.
I don't remember.
I don't think you remember anything.
No, I reached out to Mark one day and asked if I told him the idea and asked if he would have an opening at his studio if we booked it and came and recorded a song that you've been working on for a long time.
Yes.
And he said, let's do it. So we had this plan of Mark FaceTimed Brandon, and they were just
like 2 or 3 weeks before my birthday.
Yeah.
This was February at this point.
Yeah, we had to let you know ahead of time because we had to make sure you had the song ready to go.
Yes. Because that would have been awful if we were like, we're going to go tomorrow. And
I also needed to make sure that you didn't have, I usually know your schedule, but work stuff these days, I don't always know what's going on. So I had to make sure that you didn't have anything going on. So we told you, a few weeks ahead of time. And he FaceTimed you and... I don't know. You probably remember.
No, yeah, he FaceTimed me.
I was trying to be there. You kept walking out of the room, so I didn't hear part of it.
It was funny because so my side of the story, he FaceTimes me and asks about something. He's just like small talk, but I think his job was to distract me, and he wanted to be on the phone as well when Ashley gave me this present. But they were so subtle that Ashley came in the room while I was on FaceTime with Mark, and I thought she was in there to she had a question because she always does her reels on Instagram, and she always wants me to look at it first, make sure it looks good.
He approves of them.
No, I just proofread it. Not approve. I proofread it.
I asked for his
opinion
before I send it off.
So I thought she was in the room for that. I'm like, I'm on the phone, I also was telling Mark about something downstairs. So I went downstairs, and of course, I have no idea at the time. And Ashley just follows me like a lost puppy, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you following me from room to room?
Me.
And then finally realized that she had a gift she
didn't even
pulled
want
out.
it. He just kept running away from his gift.
I didn't know. So anyway,
Said,
she pulled.
Here you go. I'm letting you open a present early. This has never happened before.
Ever. And of course, in it was an itinerary for flying out to Pittsburgh and recording a song at the Sound Castle, which was awesome. I was so excited. And we did. We ended up doing that on my birthday.
We did.
And it was great. We finished the song in time. Actually, we finished it the night before I was recording vocals. The song itself was done, but the actual lyrics, there was one line we had left. We were in the hotel room trying to make sure we finished it before we had to sing it. Before I had to sing it the next day. So
yeah, and we have to give a huge shout out to Mark because all that he did for us while we were there. And
I know.
I thought we were only going to record one full day. But he gave us 3 days.
We got there
of his time.
We got there in the morning on early morning Wednesday, and from when we got there, basically we were recording and he was playing drums and I was playing bass and he played guitar, all these different instruments that we were recording, and we spent 3 days in his studio up until the time we had to go to the airport. And so super awesome. Thank you, Mark, if you're watching this. We really appreciate you taking the time and working with us on that. But
it was so fun. And then we got to take a little break from recording to go do one of your favorite pastimes.
My favorite thing to do for my birthday, which honestly I would do not just on my birthday, but we have to limit it to just one day a year since it's so expensive. But we always go to the escape game every year on my birthday.
Yeah.
And so this
was no exception, even though we weren't in town.
I know. I was like,
Mark found one there.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
We went and did that. It was the two of us, Mark and his sister, and it was awesome. We had a great time. We did escape.
We did.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
We got out.
No thanks to me, but
are you kidding?
I was there.
Oh, and this was a cool thing. Not to go on a
tangent. I'm
tangent.
never too much help on those, but they're so fun.
Let us know in the comments if you guys have ever been to an escape room or know what we're talking about. Escape game, the escape game back here in Nashville, and any really escape game, escape room type thing is so much fun. If you don't know what it is essentially you get an hour and you're in this themed room and there's all these clues all around that you have to try and figure out and ultimately escape or, complete the objective. And this one was like a murder mystery type thing. We're in a mansion or whatever. And it was fun. We had a good time. So
it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes. So we did that.
We did.
Yeah. We came up with a song though.
I know. You finished it.
I know.
Sounds amazing.
It has to be mixed. It's not done yet, but we'll release it once it's out or once it's finished and see what you guys think. But I'm excited for that. I hope everyone likes it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Do we need to talk at all about the little side adventure we had while we were there?
I think we do, and I almost forgot about it until you just said that.
Forget?
I don't know why, because I'm still looking at our suitcases
air drying
in by the garage. Yes, I think we do need to talk about that.
Yeah.
So we hadn't been on many trips lately. Again, being in Jump 5. See, we told you to get around to that again.
Jump 5. Yeah, let's talk about it.
We were always traveling, always in hotel rooms, always at the airport, flying every week. But it's been a while since I've been, on a trip like that in a hotel. And we usually stay at, affordable hotels, but they're still nice and clean. This one was no exception. It was a clean, nice hotel. Again, affordable is the key word there.
Always.
However, we did not anticipate this. And I wish I knew more. By the way, side note, since this incident happened on this trip, I have seen multiple videos now pop up on YouTube and other things of people talking about this. And I'm like, I don't know if, out in the cyber world, if they're just like, oh my goodness, you experienced this. If my phone's listening to me and they're just, I don't know. But I've seen a lot of these videos pop up.
Well,
now.
I'm still itchy.
I know. So I know. We're building a suspense if you didn't pick up on that. Wish I knew more about it before we saw it and encountered it, but I don't
actually. I don't. I'm glad I knew nothing about it.
I know because we had 2 nights in this hotel room,
terrified.
And we found out the second night. So who knows about the first night? Anywho,
no. Yes, I wish we found out sooner.
I'm just saying.
But I'm glad I didn't know much of what they.
We saw signs the first night and just
ignored
them because we didn't know what it was. Guys, we encountered bed bugs for the first time.
Multiple.
Ew, gross.
Multiple bed bugs.
I don't know if any of you have ever really looked into bed bugs, or, I've always seen people say, when it sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.
It's true.
It's a thing. And again,
and they did bite.
Since this experience, I have seen Mark Rober, who is a very big YouTuber, came out with a video the week we went to Pittsburgh all about bed bugs. I mean, it was like, what in the world? We saw it after we got home.
For us.
It was crazy. So we go, and, I saw, this is the second night again. The first night we did see a couple of spots on the bed, and I was thinking,
we saw some. It was on the under the sheet.
Yeah, on the fitted sheet.
On the fitted sheet, like it looked like it was underneath it, so we weren't like laying right on it, but we saw some dark spots.
It looked like ink stains. And
yeah,
I was
it looked
just
like ink stains.
Oh, I guess they, someone got some stuff on the sheets, but they have to wash them all the time, right? We haven't talked about this since then, so I feel like I'm bringing up, horrible memories. But anyway, the second night, I'm sitting up. It's late. We have to record some more vocals the next morning before we fly out back to Nashville. And I'm sitting up trying to go over and come up with new harmonies and stuff. And I'm just laying against the headboard. And I happen to look over. Ashley's asleep at this point. I look over, and to my right, your left, I see a very small little speck that seems to be moving on my pillow by my head.
Those moving specks, you can't trust them.
You can't. And I looked over and I was like, that's a bug. I almost flicked it away thinking it was no big deal.
I would have. I'm glad you're the one who saw it, because I'd just been like, wah,
and I just
over and gone back to sleep.
I just thought, because it was literally that kind of a thing. It was a tiny little bug. I don't know what bed bugs look like.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I stopped and went, you know what? We're in a hotel. We're in a bed that's not
That would have
our own.
never crossed my mind.
I don't know why. I was like, I wonder what a bed bug looks like. So I looked up on my phone. Again, wasn't panicking, wasn't freaked out, because a little tiny little gnat-looking thing. And I looked it up, and the first picture I saw was like, oh, that's not a bed bug. What's next to me? That's not a bed bug, because it is. I'm looking at this thing that's large, and then I look at more pictures, and I realize, oh no, that's exactly what a bed bug looks like in its earlier stages, and after it's fed. It was
bright red,
bulbous
that means
red.
It bit us.
It had just fed.
It had which I found later on me. The bite marks.
I think there were multiple. Anyway.
No, I had multiple bite marks. Yeah.
Anyway, I said, Ashley, and I woke up and said, I think this is a bed bug. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. And I was like, what do we do? Because I know that bed bugs. No, I think
first you just said there's a bug in the bed, and I think I said, can you kill it? And I was like,
oh yes, that's right, yeah.
I was like half asleep.
I think this is. I
didn't know why you were waking me up for a little bug.
I'm pretty sure this is a big deal here, because bed bugs in a hotel, that's a bad thing. Hotels do not want that. They pride themselves on keeping things clean. And I was like, by the way, it's 2:30 in the morning. I didn't say that too. And I'm like, I think this is a bed bug. And I'm like, what do we do? We got to call the front desk, because if there's one, there's usually more. It's not just one off thing. And so I called the front desk. I'm like, it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know why I'm saying I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry that you have bed bugs in our bed. I'm so sorry.
I found a bed bug in our bed. And I was like, this is crazy. And they're like, oh, no. And you could tell the guy's voice, because he's not the manager. He's not the guy that's in charge. But he's like, what do I do? It's 2:30 in the morning. This is a big deal. This is a big deal.
I didn't even know what a big deal it was.
Well, because they can get in your bags.
I didn't know any of this.
And again, infestation, most likely, if you've got one, there's more than that usually, and they can get on your clothes and go with you. And we were afraid that we were going to bring them back with us, because that's what every website was saying. That's a lot of people were saying. Got to make sure they don't go back home with you. And so we're just, oh gosh. And they said, how many do you see? I said, well, I see just one. We see the little dark spots, because I did look up and find out those dark spots was bed bug poop.
We slept right on it, guys.
Yes.
Right on it.
Yeah, thank you for just assuming it was nothing.
Oh, it's just an ink pen. The people before us, they just just had a little ink spill. It's fine.
Anyway, so
I'm going to go right back to sleep.
I go over and I'm looking again. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They said, okay, well, we're going to try and get you another room real quick. We'll figure this out. And they said, we're coming up with new keys to a different room, and we'll take care of that. I'm like, okay, cool.
I said, new keys to a new room at a new hotel, right?
I know. And they put us not too far away from it, which is usually they want to put you farther away. But in his thought, mine was like, oh, I don't want you to have to go too far because you have to carry all your stuff at 2:30 in the morning, and you're not fully dressed.
I'd hike however long it took.
So anyway, I go back to looking for that. I had the pillow. I didn't move it, but I have the pillow. Where the bed bug is kind of just slowly walking around it. And I'm like, let's look for more. And I was afraid to look too hard. And I really didn't want to know. But I started looking a little more. And on the covers, like I pulled back the covers. And I didn't have to look very hard. I found another one that was laying right. I was on top of the covers. It was right there next to where my legs were. And this one was a little faster, a little smaller, a little faster. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's two. That's two now.
Yeah.
First one, I could have thought maybe.
If you looked more like around the bed frame and stuff, you might have found more. We didn't do that.
I was like, you know what? I found two pretty easily.
That is enough.
I do not want to be, scratching, all itching all over in the middle of the night, because I just know that if I found what I was afraid I would find, I would not be able to. I wouldn't be able to sleep. So the guy comes up. We're trying to get dressed, get ready to go. He got us another room, and we moved over to the next room. And first thing I'm doing is pulling back everything, just making sure the new bed, everything was fine. Then the next morning, we go down and first I'm trying to make sure and inspect all of our bags and everything, because I don't want to bring anything with us.
We unpacked everything and we looked.
I did not want to bring anything with us, and I don't know what bed bug eggs look like. And I still don't. I've seen a lot of things now. I surprisingly don't remember what those look like. But we made sure we didn't see anything.
We also knew Mark was coming to pick us up. Yes. So we were going to be putting our luggage in his car.
We were afraid.
So we were so scared. So we inspected everything.
We didn't see anything. And thankfully, as long as, Anyway, long story short, because I feel like I've been talking about bed bugs for too long.
It's a great topic.
We talked to the general manager of the hotel, and I was smart. I took some pictures of the bed bugs.
Smart. I also wouldn't have thought of that.
I was like, I gotta document this, because I talked to the guy. I was like, hey, where that room that had the bed bugs, and he's like, oh, hey, went back into his office, and I was talking to him, and I was very nice. I was not demanding anything.
You're a nice guy.
But he was like, yeah, so, try to play it off like, we did find the one. Usually with something like that, it might have come from, not a big deal. It's not, they only found one. It's fine. And he tried to play it off as like, you're fine. No big deal. And then I said, well, I did find two, as well as the poop stains. Took pictures. I'll show you. And I took video. I said, here you go. He saw the video of the two of them, crawling around, and he was like, and I could just see in his face, he was like, okay, I'm gonna go up there, and he was like, we're gonna refund you your whole room, everything's on us, and you could just tell in his head, he was like, I don't want to get sued or anything or whatever, I don't know, and so he was like, we'll comp the room, everything's all free, and I was like, well, thank you. And he was going to go take a look for himself, because he said the person went last night and looked, and that was it. But he was probably up in that room 5 seconds after that conversation to make sure that they nipped it in the bud, because I can't imagine what they found after that. I don't want to imagine what they found after that.
Yeah.
So
you inspected my hair and everything the next day, and
absolutely.
But I did have bites pop up like a day or two later.
I know. I'm getting itchy just like thinking about this, which is, it's been weeks now. And when we got home, I got some like bed bug spray stuff that's supposed to be.
We immediately brought all our things and put them straight in the wash.
We read all how to kill them and all that stuff, and our suitcases have been sitting by the garage now for weeks. I'm pretty sure we're good, but I still can't bring myself to bring them upstairs and put them in the closet just in case, because I don't know. Well, we're fine. We're good. We're bed bug free. I say that, I hope. So
What a story.
What a story.
Yeah.
What a long story is what I say about that.
I know that you guys didn't sign up for that long of a bed bug story.
You clicked on a video.
We are here to give you, what? I don't know.
Well, I was saying they clicked on a podcast that has nothing to do with this, yet, I may have to stick that in the title too, just so people know, oh, there's bed bugs too in this podcast, not
Unless
just.
that turns people away.
Who knows? But
Turns them away.
So that was my birthday.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
It was a fun one. It's the longest we've been away from the boys too. I was just thinking about that
yeah.
too.
I've only been away from them for like 24 hours was the longest.
Yeah, and it was the longest time that you and I have been together on our own too. So
it was a fun little getgetaway.
It was a fun getaway.
And I didn't mention I became a drummer while we were there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah,
just a little side note.
You got a few little a few minutes in the drum seat. The drum seat.
Sure. Yeah, it was too short because then I was hungry for more.
Yes. Well, maybe we'll have to go back another time, Mark. If you'll have us back, we'd love to come back and hang out some more. So
yeah.
I think we should jump into the main topic, though, because we've been talking for a long time about things that you guys didn't click a video for. You didn't want to watch bedbug stories.
Maybe they did.
Maybe you did. But I think we should talk about the main thing.
Main thing.
What happened to you recently, Ashley?
Tell
us. Tell us what happened on social media last week.
Yeah, I was just minding my own business, having a grand old day. So I had this video that
Well, before you say that, talk about your Instagram. Talk about what you do on Instagram.
What do I do?
What do you do on Instagram? For those who don't know, because
what do I do on there? No one knows.
People that watch our YouTube channel or listen to our podcast may not know what you do on Instagram. Start there.
Okay, we'll start there. So a couple years ago, I started making these reels on Instagram. These little crazy little reels, videos.
Crazy
little reels. Honestly, it all started because it was just a fun distraction from when life was really hard with my arthritis and stuff. It was just a way to escape and laugh and have fun. And so that's kind of where it all started. And I started making them like pretty much every day. Mm-hmm. And they're so fun for me to do.
They're fun for everybody.
I appreciate that. Anyways, I had this video that I have shared a couple times. And I reshared it because sometimes if the audio in it is like trending again, you kind of reshare that video.
Pick up some more views or something.
So the song in this video was trending again. So I reshared the video and it started going viral and it was getting like 1 million views a day. So I was on there responding to comments and stuff. And right in the middle of responding to comments, this screen pops up on my phone and says, what did it say the first time?
Suspended.
Oh, yeah. You have been suspended. You are a terrible person. No, I was like, what did I do? It said you've been suspended. You can click this button to disagree. Of course, I disagreed.
Well, they said it was because of violating community guidelines, right?
Did it say it on that first thing?
I don't remember, but
I can't remember. I think,
or just that you were suspended. Disagree.
Yeah, I can't remember now. But so I immediately hit disagree, which sent my page off to be reviewed
by a real person, supposedly.
Was it?
Supposedly.
Okay.
That's the thing. You don't know exactly, but they're supposed to review that and then verify. Yep, she's because you're disputing it. You're saying, hey, please check this. The algorithm got it wrong. I don't believe I violated anything.
Yes.
And they're supposed to go, cool, you're right. It was our mistake.
Yes. So they said they would let me know after they reviewed it. Well, it was within like the hour.
Yeah.
And came back and said, you have now been disabled permanently disabled from your account for banned for violating community guidelines.
Yes.
I said, say what now? What did I do?
And it said that this
cannot be reversed.
Cannot be reversed. It cannot be reviewed.
Yep.
It has already been reviewed.
It's done. It's gone forever. See you later. Find a new hobby. Goodbye.
Like literally, that was it. There was no recourse. You couldn't do anything. Her account that she's had for 12 years.
Yeah, man.
Her Instagram account, she's been doing the Reels for 2 years, but for her complete Instagram account, gone like that. And it was funny. She's talking about going viral that weekend. She was getting 1 million views a day. It's fun whenever a video takes off like that because you're refreshing the page And every time you refresh, like every 10 minutes or so, you're getting another 100,000 views or something like that. And we were refreshing earlier just because it's like, oh, this is fun, this is cool. And we went from that straight into refreshing her page to see it all just disappear into the night.
I didn't exist. He tried searching for me on Instagram. There was no Ashley Hargests.
The first time we got that, you've been permanently disabled, you've been banned essentially. Once that happened, I would refresh to see, thinking, well, maybe they'll figure out before you got the permanent disabled, when it was just the suspended, I'd keep refreshing to make sure, oh, maybe it's going to come back. Maybe it'll come back on its own. They'll realize because someone's going to review it and everything's going to be okay. And I would just watch once it hit permanently disabled every time I refreshed it. And by the way, we didn't mention this. Ashley has almost 50,000 followers. So it's not like some, little account like where she's got, 10 followers. Like
it's turned into kind of a side job a little bit.
Exactly. She's able to, like you said, one of the best things is it's an outlet for you to be able to, do something you enjoy, to be creative. You enjoy that. It's nice, escape.
And there's like such a sweet community on there over the past 12 years that I just really enjoy the people on there.
Yeah. So and she's built that community, and then on top of that, like as a little cherry on top, you've been able to make some money on it too, which has been awesome. But it's this account, almost 50,000 followers, and it's just gone. And we started to see, I refreshed the page, had everything on it, and then all of a sudden her posts were gone. Every post, no posts exist on there. I'm like, that's crazy. I'd refresh again, then your follower count would just disappear. It's gone. I couldn't follow you, or I could see it, but I couldn't follow you. But you still your profile picture, your bio, refresh again, then her profile picture was gone. And
then just erased me off.
It was just slowly watching it dissolve. And then finally,
I'm right here, though. I'm right here.
You couldn't even search for it at that point. It was completely
Ashley Hargests was no more.
And we're just at a loss. Like, what in the world? Like, how can this happen? First off, because one thing we didn't say earlier, you were supposedly banned for violating community guidelines.
Yeah.
This woman here, if you've ever seen her page, is the farthest thing from violating any community guidelines. There's nothing controversial on your page at all. Nothing that could remotely be categorized as violating anything. You don't do, I love this. I tried all kinds of things to help research and figure out what's going on. I posted on Reddit. I posted on Twitter, which I never do, just trying to find all kinds of things that we could do to figure out what to do. And on Reddit, some people are like, oh, she's probably using third-party apps. They say you can't do that. She's probably farming. I'm like, no, she doesn't do any of that. She's just on the Instagram app. All kinds of things.
Is that how they talked?
That's exactly how they talk. Absolutely how they talk. But nothing at all that could be remotely close to what they said she did. And it was just sad because there's no reaching out to. There is no contact us. There's no support
defend myself,
lines.
couldn't do nothing.
I thought if we could just talk to a real person and just say, hey, your app messed up. Your algorithm messed up. Because there's no way that you could say that this woman has I was gonna say girl, but you're not a girl, you're a woman.
I'm a woman.
And anyway, it's just crazy. So we're a little not a little, we're kind of, and again, grand scheme of things, social media, it's a thing on this earth. It's not at all what's
not
important at all. So
no.
Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
We're bummed, she's bummed, but not at all. Is this,
well, because I was already, whenever it like got into the end of the next day, I had accepted that like it's gone.
Yeah.
And I decided I probably wasn't going to start a new account, just like start from scratch.
It just took too long is what you're saying? Or
I just didn't, I don't know. Life's just so crazy that I was like, I don't know if I can just start all over. So I thought maybe I'm just done on social media. Maybe I'm supposed to be done. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I kind of accepted all that, which was sad. And the big thing was I was like, there's no way for me to communicate with the people on my page, like what happened. And like I've built, friendships on there, and I'm like, I can't communicate to those people.
It was crazy.
So,
we were thinking, okay.
I hated that part about it.
Yeah, we thought, okay, was she, was she removed for a reason?
Tell me. I know they wouldn't even give me a reason.
Was it something that someone just didn't like the kind of content she put out and was like, we are shutting this down. And so we didn't know what the deal was. But
I
knew.
share about my faith a lot.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And it's like, hopefully,
people might not like some of that, but
hopefully, because there's a lot of things out there. Hopefully, they wouldn't shut you down because of your faith. And that's the thing. We were kind of just real bummed with Instagram at that point, and we were trying to figure out all kinds of things. We reached out to Zach, Ashley's brother, who's got a big following on Instagram, just to see if there's anything that he might be able to find out.
Yeah, shout out to Zach because he's a very busy guy, and he was out of town doing lots of things, and he immediately reached out to someone, a friend of his who knows someone in the Instagram world, and they immediately started helping
trying to figure things out.
Yeah, try to get that figured out. So thank you, Zach.
Yes, thank you. He was working on that end, and I was just
and then
researching.
You were doing all kinds of stuff.
Looking up all kinds, whatever I could find, and I found some things people were, oh, you got banned? Well, why don't you just contact this person on Instagram and they can get you reinstated? I mean, literally super shady stuff.
Just give me your social security and your credit card number and sign your life away on the dotted line.
Well, the crazy thing is, this has happened.
We didn't do that, though.
No, we didn't. I worked in IT. Trust me, I know a scam. When I see one, we did not fall for any of those, no matter how enticing they might have been. But I will say, after posting on Reddit, I found there's a lot of people that this has happened to recently. Yeah. And anyway, I've messaged back and forth with the real people, not the scammers out there. But we're trying to find all kinds of stuff. I remember sitting there after a couple hours, just I would try and find some of their help article and this and that, and I found a way to submit a request. I would type her username in there and everything, and it would come back with the same thing. Oh, cannot appeal this. It has been permanently disabled. You can't do it. I would get those error messages too on what I found, separate from you just trying to log in. And I remember sitting down, I prayed, and a lot of times you think, okay, this is something pretty small. You think, okay, I'm praying about a social media website, praying that we can get back into it. But, God wants us to come to him with things that, no matter how big or small. And so I thought, you know what? This is something that brings my wife joy. God, please help me find something for us to be able to get this back for her, whatever it is. And I prayed that. The very next website I clicked on got me to some creator support through Meta, which is the overarching company for Instagram, Facebook, all that. And I don't even remember how I got there. I really don't. I really believe, God just answered a prayer right there. And the next page I clicked on, because I was logged in with your account on Facebook, which that's the funny thing is her Facebook account, totally fine, could get into it, no big deal. And they're very similar.
Some of you reached out to me on Facebook Messenger to ask what was going on. So that was really sweet of you guys to
thank you
reach
for
out
reaching out.
Yeah.
And you guys knew, hey, something's wrong. Where's Ashley's profile? So anyway, I click on this thing, and somehow, again, Instagram has no creators or has no contact us button. There's no number to call, no email, no chat, no nothing on Instagram's page. Well, in this Meta creator support that I stumbled upon, there happened to be a start chat button. I thought, oh my goodness. Well, let me try this. I get on there, and within 2 minutes, somebody, or less than that, somebody was on there. Brianna, I remember. That was her name.
Good old Brianna.
Talking to her over chat, like, hey, please help. This is the situation. Told her what's going on. She said, well, I understand. No big deal. We'll figure this out. We aren't Instagram, but we'll pass this to the people at Instagram and make sure. And I'm thinking, great. This is going to be
sure you will.
Yeah, you're pushing
sure
this off.
You'll pass it on.
She did try to reassure me multiple times. I just was not super encouraged at the moment because I'm thinking, are you just going to hand this off? You're going to get the same error message that we did from our end because you're technically not Instagram support. But she said, and I said, is this going to be some automated message? She said, no. I promise you, someone will reach out. A real person will reach out. I said, okay, all right. She said, we don't. It might take some time. Don't know. I said, okay, that's fine. So 2 days go by, and Ashley has basically said, all right, I've just got to deal with the fact that it's gone forever. And I think at that point you were going to post something from the Hargests on Deck Instagram, which if you guys follow us on Instagram, you might have seen this. But she was going to post something, and by the time that she posted it on our page, if we had just happened to refresh Instagram and search for you at that time, didn't realize this, but your page was back. It was completely restored somehow at that time. I remember after you posted this, some people were commenting like, "Oh, we saw how your page was gone," or whatever, and I remember I was in the bathroom and I hear this, Brandon, or whatever. I hear what you said, but it was a scream from the other room. and I'm like, "What?" And she said, "I got an email." And it said, "We're sorry. We thank you for bringing it to our attention. We made a mistake. Yeah. Your account was not supposed to be deleted," which was like, well, duh, but they said your account has been fully restored. I don't know.
Said it was mistakenly.
That's right.
Disbanded.
Disbanded.
No, it was
Banned
mistakenly
disabled. Yes. And it was all back. I mean, literally, like I said, we didn't realize it at the time you posted that thing. And some people probably went to your page and searched for me like, "What are you talking about? It's right here."
No, someone actually said that. They responded to the message from Hargests on Deck, and they're like, "What do you mean? Can you just not log on because your profile's right here." Your profile's right here.
Which is funny because if we had seen that before the email, then we'd been like, "Oh my goodness, it's back," and had no idea. But long story short, Instagram realized the mistake. We don't know why there was a mistake. I'm assuming it's algorithm based. And what's really weird is they said they would review it, and they came back and said, "Yeah, you're permanently disabled." That makes no sense to me. But Brianna, and whoever, there was other people that messaged back in there, and who knows, maybe the Zach was able to contact or help get a lady that is a contact from one of his good friends, and we reached out to her too. We reached out to anybody we could find out, whoever could help. We're just so happy that they all responded and realized the mistake, and it's back. It's all back.
It's back.
So
what's funny is I thought that because that happened literally right in the middle of that video getting the views it was getting, it picked right back up that same day,
which is crazy,
and still kept getting 1 million a day.
Yeah, we thought.
So I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, we were
because it was taken completely away.
Yeah, we were afraid.
I don't know how it picked back up where it left off.
We were afraid, and that was a secondary fear too. That great, that video.
It wasn't a big
up.
deal, but I was just like, out of all the times for it to happen, it was right whenever that video was doing something.
And now here it is. Yeah, we're what, just not that far off. It's I guess it's been a week now, but that video has basically gotten almost 1 million views a day since it came back. And it's crazy to see it continue to take off. So it's as if it never happened. So
it's good to be back, guys.
Yes.
I missed y'all for those 2
So
days.
Ashley can now say that she was banned on Instagram.
I feel
and her
like a
account
rebel.
was deleted. I know.
I do.
So, and I will say I've learned a lot about Reddit now because I've been communicating back and forth. I went on the subreddit for Instagram there, which is not official, and I posted our plight, our issue there, and people, like I said earlier, were like, "Oh yeah, she did this or whatever," and some people.
Your wife, man, she's doing things she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Well, some people on there who were legitimate were like, "Sorry, that happened to me, and I had X amount of followers, and it's gone forever. You can't."
That's what in the middle of this, whenever I still couldn't get back on, we had been told that from people's experience that once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
so,
that was super discouraging too. Carter.
Yes. Carter reached out to someone.
Yeah, he reached out to someone. They have
everybody was helping out.
We were trying to figure it out, guys.
Sweet.
We were trying all kinds of different things, and he said that his contact in his experience was once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, don't say that. So that's why it was so exciting.
I started getting, having peace about it. I was like, but you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be on there.
Yeah. Well, and now it's back, and it's
but
still,
now
it's still taking off.
We're back, and I'm like,
so who knows?
What?
No, I said, and it's still taking off too.
Oh,
no,
gotcha.
I'm saying it's views are still, you're at 7 million views on this one video.
It was funny because it was just 2 days, right? 2 days that it was gone.
2 full days.
But even during those 2 days, I would have like a video idea. And I'm like, well, I guess I won't film it. I'll just think about it.
So, and there's other platforms. We could put it on YouTube, which we may still do. You may see some reels
some up there.
on Reel. Yeah, we have. But we may do more of that intentionally too, just because she's got so many different videos, and why not share them on other platforms? So if you see them on the Hargests on Deck YouTube channel, that's what this is. So yes. But
so if I disappear one day,
just know that Instagram's up to no good. They're up to some trouble over there. They're having some issues because it certainly isn't because Ashley's been controversial. That's for sure. But who knows? Maybe what she says might be controversial one day. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe.
Pushing the envelope here with your...
That's me.
Anyway, so yes, that was the story of Ashley getting banned on Instagram. I hope it was worth it. Thank you for clicking on that video and seeing what it was all about.
Yeah. Is that everything?
Yeah, there's more stuff.
Yeah, there's more.
You're not done with us yet. I hope you didn't get to work yet, or you didn't finish folding clothes
we've been keeping them for
whatever.
Quite a while.
What? I'm trying to think of things that people do and listen to podcasts.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, on to the next thing.
What's the next thing? I've been talking for way too long.
I'm bad at
segues.
Yeah, segues.
Hey, there you go.
We've mentioned this before. We filmed this so late at night, and I'm always so tired. Anyways, so we have a busy week coming up.
We do have a busy week coming up.
You have something fun.
I do have something
in a couple days.
A lot of things that are fun.
Yeah.
My job is fun.
I know this guy. He's got the best job right now, and I'm so excited for him because he comes home from work every day. Well, first of all, he mainly gets to work from home.
Yes.
For different reasons.
Unless I get to go out and shoot video somewhere.
Yeah,
or
then you have to go on site and stuff.
Go to a concert.
Yeah. But I love seeing you so excited every day about your job.
Thank you.
Because I feel like not a lot of people can say that, like that they just genuinely love their job and come home so excited. And you do. I do. I'm pinching myself. I can't believe that I'm actually getting to do what I get to do. And the people you work with.
People work with are great.
Love, yeah.
Yes, and I've always been blessed with companies that I've worked with in the past. Got to love the people that I worked with at my past 2 jobs, which that's been a great thing. But I'm getting to do some amazing things here, and the best part about it is I'm getting to do all kinds of stuff, things that I actually really enjoy and I'm passionate about, like video editing, graphic design. I'm working with kids with disabilities and work, engaging with them around video games, which I love, and it's so cool. I get to work with my best friend and all these different things. And on top of that, the best part about all that is it's furthering the kingdom and it's bringing people to Jesus and spreading the gospel. So that is so rewarding and so exciting. All of this that I'm doing here, if I did just one of these things on its own, it would not be as rewarding as it is in its current state. So that's the exciting part about what I'm getting to do right now. But like Ashley said, we have a busy week. And one of the big things this week, we have a concert series that is starting up this year, 2023, back from last year, called At Home Concert Experience. And since I am part of this isn't a sponsored thing, but we're just telling you, please come join the concert on Thursday.
This Thursday, you guys. So it'll be the day after you are watching this. Yeah, well, if you watch this the day it comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's the next day. It's Thursday.
This Thursday,
April 8th. Is that right?
No,
April 6th.
I made 2 videos about this, so I know.
Yes, you do know that. I'm sorry. It's April 6th. April 8th is the next event. April 6th at 6:30 p.m. We are going to have the band Unspoken. They've got some great songs out there. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, they're on the radio a lot.
They are, and you should join us. And I'm going to be there on set.
Rolling camera.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this show, but I will probably be behind the main camera there.
You also may see a familiar face in the opening video.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I shot a video, and I made a cameo in it. Yep. So anyway, if you guys are going, what are you talking about? A concert? I don't live there. How am I going to get to this? This is a concert that you can watch from your own living room on your phone, your iPad, your TV, your computer, whatever it may be. And it's an interactive concert, which makes it really cool. You're not just watching somebody on a screen, you get to interact with them. So you register, which it'll be in the description below, but you can go to soldiersforfaith.com and you're going to go to the AHCX section. I'll put it in the description below. But you'll go there, you register, you'll get a link, and when you click on it, it's a Zoom call essentially. And the artist is on stage performing. It's super cool, but they have a giant TV on stage with them, and they get to see your beautiful faces. You can turn your camera on alongside of everybody else that's on there, and we are out there in the control booth showing the artist, everybody in the concert, in the audience.
You don't have to have your camera on.
You don't have to.
So we'd still love for you to join. If you don't want to have your camera on, you don't have to.
If you just want to watch the show,
and just watch,
by all means, come enjoy a great concert. But if you want to be a part of it, turn your camera on. We encourage that. And there's question and answer segments throughout the show where you can type in the chat box and ask a question, and we might call on you to ask unspoken a question, which is super cool. So it's a free event. I didn't say that. It's a completely free event. Just go and register, sign up, get the link, join on
do it now before
Thursday.
the spots fill up.
That's true, yeah.
Because we're running out of time.
Yes, there's a VIP link usually, which allows you to be the interactive stuff, and those spots may fill up. So please, if you want to come see a great concert, click that link in the description below.
And they're playing new music.
New music, yeah.
So
yes.
if
you're familiar with Unspoken,
it's gonna be new
stuff coming out. So Ashley did a couple videos about this. I can't stress enough how cool this series is.
It is really fun.
We did a lot of concerts last year when I joined up with the organization, and it's really cool. So we'll have those throughout the year. We'll probably be talking about them in this podcast because we want to spread the word. So yes, but thank you for reminding me about that. Yes, at-home concert experience.
Yep.
So that was basically life in the past month for us.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, real quick, too, before we sign off, because I know we've had a lengthy catch-up here, Ashley's also been writing, too.
I have been.
Yes.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying that. I'm writing a book, you guys.
She's writing a book.
Yep. Crazy. I'm very excited about it. It's something that I have been feeling the Lord putting on my heart for the past, while, and I just kept putting it off, and finally started. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, Brandon has given me a deadline for a rough draft.
And I will say that deadline is fast approaching.
It's coming so fast.
The year has flown by so far.
Yeah.
Because we started talking about this back in January.
Yeah,
right?
I started back in January.
In January. And we were supposed to have a touch point March 1st. And right March 1st? It's already April. So we missed that.
I just know you gave me to the end of the year. The end of the year for a rough draft.
Yes. Yeah. And let me just say, I can't believe it's already April, because that's just crazy to me how fast it's gone. But hopefully we get that. If not, if you don't make that deadline, just you're a failure. So no big deal. No, I'm kidding. But that is just something to get you motivated and sticking to it.
I've really been enjoying writing. So
I'm very excited for you. I'm glad that you're doing it. Anything we can do to help, just let me know. Let us know. And if you guys want to know more about it, once she's got further along,
I'll be sharing some updates and maybe some little teaser things or something. I don't know.
And which is another reason why we're glad your Instagram is back too, because
where would I share?
Where would you share it? Who knows? Anyway, well, thank you for sharing that with us, and we're holding hands now for those who can't see us. Speaking of, we do these podcasts, which I didn't say this at the beginning. We do these on YouTube as well as all audio platforms. And if you are listening to this and want to see what we're doing, see what we look like, come join us at youtube.com/Hargests on deck to see the video version. And if you're watching this and think, man, I don't want to see you, I don't really want to see any of this, but I'd love to hear about it on my way into work or whenever I'm doing any activities that podcasts are perfect for, then you can check it out about anywhere podcasts are distributed. Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play.
All the places.
Amazon, I think. Yeah, all those places. So thank you so much for everyone who has stuck with us this long.
Yeah, man.
Is
this like our longest?
I know, it's a longer one. But you know what? We've been saving all this non-Jump 5 talk up for something. So.
True. Oh, and also... Do we have a challenge coming up?
We do have a challenge coming up. I was thinking we wouldn't say that here, but you know what? Let's extend.
We don't have to.
No. I'm saying I thought we'd forget about it, but we didn't forget about it.
I didn't.
No. If you listen to our last podcast, it was a Jump 5 Q&A, and we talked about a little challenge that we may have to do in the near future. We may be doing in a very near future.
Involving some egg rolls.
You don't want to miss it. I may want to miss it because it will bring back some interesting memories. But we may be doing an egg roll. See how many egg rolls I can eat in 1 hour challenge.
Yep. Got to relive those Jump 5 memories.
Yes, it is. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, it is something that I had to do when I was not had to. It was something I did.
It was a choice.
It was a choice.
It was definitely.
I did this back when I was a young lad in on the first Jump 5 tour ever, and we want to relive those memories and see if
you still didn't learn your lesson because
Nope.
you're doing it again.
Nope, I'm not. You gotta give the people what they want, and a lot of you guys
it is what we
said
want.
you wanted to see it.
Yes.
So we're gonna do that very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Coming up, we may even tie that into like another Q&A or something, just because we don't want you to sit there watching me eat 10 egg rolls
that could
in
be
an
fun
hour.
Though. Just nobody talk. We just watch.
Just sit there and just
ASMR.
Yes, just I can't. We don't have headphones on, so I have no idea how that sounded. That's probably gross. Anyway. Thank you all so much for sticking with us for the past hour plus. We hope you all have a great rest of your day. We will see you all in the next video/audio podcast. Have a great night.
See ya.
Bye.